Welcome to another exciting session, my grade 5 and 6 boys and girls. It's time for us to continue to expand our vocabulary and work on improving our reading skill. I hope you're ready. Now today, as we continue to look at various types of text, you will realize that the text that we're going to look at is not taken from the usual textbook or from a storybook. However, you must know that even this source in which we can find text so that we can read, you must also look out for punctuations such as commas, full stops, exclamations, question marks, and capital letters. So, I hope you're ready, but before I go, I will share this thought with you once again. Today's readers will become tomorrow's leaders. Today's readers will become tomorrow's leaders. I want you to take some time and look at these pictures that I'm putting before you. Can you say what those pictures represent? Yes, these are pictures of some of our local newspapers. Can you say what is the purpose of the newspaper? Well, the newspaper has many different purposes or many different functions. Have you ever seen or have you ever bought a newspaper to read? Now, some of the main functions of the newspaper or the purposes of the newspaper would be to inform the public, or we could say the readers, about what is happening in rural areas, what is happening nationally, or even what is happening internationally. The newspaper also entertains the readers. It advises the audience or the readers, and it also offers practical solutions. Now, what do we mean by all of these things? How does the newspaper inform the public? Local newspapers play the role of informing the readers about what is happening in rural areas, what is happening nationally, meaning in your country, or even what is happening internationally, meaning in other countries of the world. Most of the media houses have journalists who gather information from different places and make these available to the readers through publishing the stories either in the printed form or on the websites of the newspapers. We also said that one of the functions of the newspaper is to entertain readers. Now, if I say entertain, it means that something fun must be happening. Now, newspapers can divert from the main issues of society and offer the readers a break from the seriousness of life. Some newspapers have gossip news linked to the entertainment world. For instance, probably movie stars and soap operas. They can also have crosswords, cartoons, puzzles, and games. So, the papers can also be used to entertain or help readers to have a little fun. The newspaper also can be used to advise the audience or advise the public. The newspaper has a feature that tries to shape the reader's opinion as well as present a new angle of ideas and views about a particular topic such as sports, politics, or other general matters. It offers a practical solution. Now, how does the newspaper or how can the newspaper help to solve problems? Now, the newspaper offers practical solutions to current affairs such as weather forecasts, schedules of activities such as Bridge Watch. Also, they help to keep a historical record of past local events. With this information, it is clear that the newspaper plays an important role in society. With technology's advancement, it's clear that newspapers are here to stay. So, in the newspaper, there it presents some sort of practical solution, the weather forecast. Because for farmers or persons who are planning to take a trip or something, you would want to know what the weather will be like maybe for the rest of the week, maybe for tomorrow. And in the weather forecast section, you can find such information. Now, do you think that one person is responsible for writing all the articles or presenting all the information that is included in the newspapers? No, definitely not. That would be way too much work for one person. There are various reporters and journalists who are responsible for these articles. For almost every newspaper article, we can identify the different parts that I will list now. The name of the article. And sometimes even with the name of the article, there is a subtitle of the article. The name of the journalist, the date it was written or the date it was published, and then the body of the article that gives you all the information based on the title. Now let's look at this article. If you look from the top, you will see that the name of the newspaper is the Daily News. And you see your one-stop source for information. That is not telling you directly what the article below is about, but that is the slogan that the paper uses to advertise their business. So maybe when I buy this newspaper today, okay, I know this is the Daily News newspaper. Then when I read your one-stop source for information, I might be tempted or motivated to buy it again, since I feel that once I buy this paper, I will get all the information or all the news update I need. Champions Read. Now that's the name of the article. Champions Read. If you look again, you will see by M. Colhan. That's the name of the journalist. We have January 12, 2020. That's the date of the article. Now, Proof at Last is the subtitle of the article. Remember I said that there are some articles that even though it will have a title, it might also have a subtitle. Now below Proof at Last, you will see the body of the article. So if you read the body of the article, there you will find all the information towards the title, Champions Read, Proof at Last. So let's read this and see what this article is about. Scientists excitedly released news yesterday that is sure to make the nation's readers happy. Readers become champions at everything they try. Professor Brian Storm announced, "We have long suspected that champions read, but it took a 6-year study to prove it. Now we have data to establish conclusively that readers outperform non-readers in every task demanded of them." President of the Alliance of Non-Readers, Aima Twit, denounced the study. "This is a typical waste of the taxpayers' money. Ask any block in the street and he will tell you that reading is a waste of time. Nowadays, I can learn whatever I want from TV. I've never been a reader, and look at me. I have a great job in the fast food industry, and I know lots of stuff phony to readers." Despite what Mr. Twit said, children across the nation are turning to reading as a fantastic way to learn and entertain themselves. So here we had the article and the story, Champions Read, Proof at Last. In that article, what did you learn? Or what did you understand? We were given information about what someone felt about reading, about how well people who read can do. But the journalist also looked at what someone felt about people who do not read. So he presented two views on the same idea. You can read and understand it for yourself. Now let's look at this page taken from another newspaper. Can you identify the name of this newspaper? You should, because this is a more local newspaper. This is one of our very own, the Guyana Chronicles. Now, if you look carefully at this newspaper, are you noticing that there is more than one article on the same page? Yes. Do you think the same person wrote all of these articles? Not necessarily. So, how many articles are we seeing on this page? Yes, we're seeing about 3 articles on this page. We have Crime, a Fundamental Difference. We have Juvenile Detention Center, a Welcome Move. Why isn't the mayor cooperating? So you will realize that each of these articles will present information on a different issue or a different matter. Remember, the newspaper is a very good reading tool. There is a wide range of information and an excellent opportunity to build your reading and your spelling skill. Now, that was quite informative, exploring the newspaper. Do you read the newspaper? I'll ask again. If you don't, now is the perfect time to start. You can find out what is happening in other parts of your region, your country, and the world at large. Now, let's look at a few words which are directly linked to the newspapers. Our first word, we have advertisement. And for short, they say ad. We will use the word advertisement today. An advertisement is a printed notice of something for sale or something happening by a paid advertiser. Caption. The caption is the title or explanatory phrase accompanying a picture. Let's spell the word caption. C-A-P-T-I-O-N, caption. Classified, C-L-A-S-S-I-F-I-E-D, classified. A-D-V-E-R-T-I-S-I-N-G, advertising, classified advertising. Classified advertising is an advertising space usually purchased in small amounts by the public and published by categories in its own section of the newspaper. Reporter. R-E-P-O-R-T-E-R, reporter. R-E-P-O-R-T-E-R, reporter. A reporter is a person who finds out facts about the story and then writes the story in the newspaper. And we have journalists. Journalists, some persons sometimes say either journalist or reporter. But let's look at journalists. J-O-U-R-N-A-L-I-S-T, journalist. Journalist is a person employed to write articles for a newspaper. Then we have editor. The editor is a person who edits stories to be included in the daily newspapers. Or the editor is the head of the newspaper or newspaper department. Let's spell editor. E-D-I-T-O-R, editor. Now let's go over the parts of the article. The name of the article. And remember, we said even though there is a name of the article, sometimes there might be a subtitle of the article. The name of the journalist, or we could say the name of the reporter, the person that took the information about the story. The date it was written and or the date it was published. The body of the article, that is where you get all the information based on the title of the article. Well, that's all from me, Ms. Shamshireen, based on newspapers and words related to the newspapers. Remember, as I said, if you're not in the habit of reading the newspapers, this is a very good time to start. So continue to follow for more interesting lessons on the Guyana Learning Channel, Facebook, and YouTube. See you next time.